We've got the BJP's Tuhin Sinha joining us on the broadcast as well. Congratulations are in order. The party has done extremely well. Before we talk about, devouring of the laddu cake, which also became a phenomenon on Twitter, just your reaction at this point in time on the victory and on Mr. Modi as a factor in this election.
Well, this is a truly historic moment because after 1971, this is the first time a sitting Prime Minister has been re-elected with such a huge margin. Now, there are three important takeaways, if you ask me, which one can easily make out from these elections. Number one, for the first time, Indian voters have outrightly rejected the option of freebies and have preferred social transformation. The visible transformation by way of, gas connections, toilet constructions, road connectivity, financial inclusions, all of these have led to a change of mindsets. Freebies no longer excite voters. The social transformation does. Number two, this is also the reason why caste factors, the age-old caste factors which were in play or which the Mahagathbandhan thought would be in play have become absolutely redundant. So the results from Bihar and Uttar Pradesh are particularly surprising. And finally, most of these critics of the government or the critics of BJP would have had you believe that national security is not an issue for the average Indian. But the average Indian has evolved. National security is a big issue for him or her. The future leadership of the country and the global standing of the country apparently are significant issues for each and every Indian.
Right. Pardon me, Tuhin Sinha, stay with us. We've also got Nizam Faujdar of the Congress with us on the broadcast right now. Commiserations, Mr. Faujdar. It's not been the sort of victory or, result that you must have been expecting at all. At this point in time, if you could just give us an idea of what the party is thinking. We haven't so far heard from Rahul Gandhi or Priyanka Gandhi Vadra or really speaking anyone else other than Shashi Tharoor. If you could tell us what's going on within the party right now on what has happened.
First of all, I would like to congratulate Mr. Narendra Modi for the second term. And it has been an astounding victory. And I wish him best, and I wish him best for the people of this country at the same time. What's going on inside the Congress party? Yes, we are really introspecting what has gone wrong. I think the results have been extremely onto the left, which we were expecting to be a lot more better and better. But it has not been so. We are trying to dig deep into it. The kind of messaging that we were getting from the booth level and from our assembly constituency level, it had been far more positive than the results itself. So what we need to really look in is how many seats we really lost with big margins, how many we lost with small margins, and how we won. So that's where we are trying to analyze, understand. But I think, the messaging or the communication should have been a lot more effective, but which has not been happened. And in the next couple of days, we should be able to get some grip onto the data. We should be able to get some grip into what were the reasons that really decimated our campaign and what we need to do further.
Right, Mr. Faujdar, having said that, there's also the aspect of how the so-called bastions of the Congress are also seeing a huge surprise in terms of what the Congress expected, in terms of Amethi, in terms of Guna. What do you think has gone wrong there?
No, I think it's just not these two. There are a lot many which known as the Congress bastions we have lost with some bit of margin, and we need to really look in. But coming to the Amethi and Guna, we are really still a little surprised with the kind of results that have come in. I think our mistake today is that we have really not connected to the aspiration of the people, or the message that we were trying to give and we were trying to narrate has really not sunk into the people, or they have not really agreed with it. I think we need to introspect on that, and I think it's a little unfortunate that we lost in our strongest foothold or the so-called bastions.
Mr. Faujdar, also you're talking about data, you're talking about, analyzing what went wrong in terms of the messaging. Do you think also that this is the time, really speaking, for the Congress to understand whether or not it's lost its connect with the people, that it really isn't just about the campaigning phase of elections, but how the outreach is done through the 5 years? The BJP has been patting itself on the back for that aspect of how they approach elections. Is that something that the Congress is going to take away from today's loss?
No, if you really look at the whole, the unfolding of the results today, the gain of the vote share by the BJP has been fairly significant, about 5-6%. And at the same time, even Congress has gained certain amount of vote shares. The problem is when you're contesting neck to neck or with bipolar elections, if both are gaining the vote shares, that means the party which was ahead of us in 2014 will continue to be ahead of us. So it doesn't give you a deficit margin for us. So it means we were continuously gaining some bit of ground. At the same time, even BJP was continuously gaining ground. And if you look at the other regional parties, have really lost that ground. That means the vote share that was lost by the regional parties has gained by both BJP and Congress.